Hey people. Now, have you ever heard of Dodge Roll, the development team? Because neither had I before this game, because it's actually their first. It's published by Devolver Digital, and they seem to have a knack for publishing everything ever these days. So hey, here's Enter the Gungeon. Now, holy heck did the game come out of nowhere, and it looks, plays and sounds pretty darn amazing. I mean, it's one of the better entries to gaming scenes that I've seen, so let's get down to the nitty gritty of it. So, initially you get to pick between 4 characters with which you'll shoot, dodge, romp and stomp and table flip your way through the Gungeon. You start off with the Marine, the Pilot, the Convict and the Hunter, and each of them have different items, which are basically perks. Some of them allow you to lockpick doors or chests, talk for cheaper prices in shops, maybe you start off with a point of armor, and the Hunter even starts off with a puppy dog. And as you can see, there's a plethora of weapons, power-ups, and different types of active items, just waiting to be unlocked and found. I just have to point out the graphics, they're so damn cute! I mean, look at this loading screen! How can you say no to that? And so you drop down to the Gungeon with the character of your choice, and you'll quickly learn that the game borrows a lot of tried and true designs from games such as The Binding of Isaac and Nuclear Throne. However, it's not a lazy rip-off, not by any means. It keeps on building on solid foundations, and it's very intuitive to play. And by intuitive, I mean look at how easy it is to read everything going on. The HUD is nice and clear, you can tell what everything means once you've done the tutorial. And the controls, they're really easy and quick to pick up. So as you can see, it's your run and gun shooty bang bang game with stellar audio and visual design. And luckily the gameplay actually matches the quality. And the mouse controlled aiming is fluid but rigid enough, and the bulky crosshair cursor is very easy to keep a track of. As advertised in the options screen, dodging and weaving your way through and around the bullets is literally pixel perfect, and my only complaints on this regard could maybe be the amount of clutter on the screen with all the mayhem going around. But even then, the enemy projectiles are color-coded, and you can actually tone down the debris and the amount of screen shake going on, which is brilliant. Now for some of the gameplay tricks available. You know those screen-clearing bombs in shmups? Well, they're here too, and they're a brilliant tool for avoiding huge waves of bullets caused by bosses and such. And if you happen to need some cover during a firefight, you can actually flip the tables around the rooms and use those as covers. However, they do break down after a few shots that they tank, so be careful. As for the weaponry, oh boy, there's a lot of them, and they're pretty darn innovative. Like, you can see the glacier gun here. There's also silly stuff like Anvilane, which is a box that shoots anvils, and I think you can find a t-shirt cannon as well. Now the enemy variety, oh boy, it's there. There are all sorts of shells and bullet casings, bombs, grenades, and all other sorts of inanimate things just waiting to gun you down, as well as the occasional referential enemy like the bubble dinosaurs and such. Some of the rooms come with pre-built-in teleporters as well, which you'll gain access to once you've killed all the enemies, which, like, it massively reduces the amount of time needed to backtrack from room to room. It's such a quality of life improvement, like holy hell. Of course, a dungeon wouldn't be a dungeon, or in this case a Gungeon, without some idiot entrepreneur trying to establish his business down there. And so you collect the bullet casings, which are used as currency to buy weapons and power-ups and such from the shops now and then, but be careful not to shoot around them, because holy heck do they get mad. So you're all set up, your clips and mags are at the ready, your guns is smoking hot, and then it's time to tackle the bosses. And the designs for these, they're really clever, and they're so charming. I mean, can we take a moment to talk about how good everything looks? I mean, seriously, my hat's off to the designers and artists behind this. I've gotta say though, there's a serious challenge behind some of these bosses as well, and the less I show you the better, cause you'll want to experience some of these yourself. Now, as with any roguelite ever, there's gonna be times when you kick the bucket, but so far, not a single death that I've had felt unfair. And with each boss that you defeat, you get these credits which you can use in the shop in the hub area to buy more guns and power-ups to appear in the main game itself. So it's a constant mishmash of progression. So that's Enter the Gungeon in a nutshell, and I'll totally recommend it. Go get it already. Bye-bye! Go away!